I started this YouTube channel a long time ago because I wanted to become a content creator doing the one thing that I loved doing the most, drawing. At the time, I was also working on a comic book of mine called Outland, which unfortunately I couldn't spend most of my time on because I was stuck at a dead-end job that was driving me nuts. So much so that I would eventually end up quitting said job, which put me in a pretty bad bind because, as we all know, bills don't stop showing up for anybody. And the YouTube channel had just been created maybe a week or two prior to this. And the amount of buzz and subscribers that I received within that short amount of time was nothing short of amazing, actually. And at this particular point in my life, being jobless, this would have been the perfect opportunity for me to go all in and try to stay on that same trajectory. But unfortunately, I didn't seize that opportunity. And the reason I didn't, or at least the excuse that I gave myself at the time, was that putting all of my eggs in the YouTube sequential art basket was too risky. It was too idealistic of a goal. I needed something a bit more concrete and based in reality. But I knew I wasn't going to get another soul-sucking 9-to-5 job. Now that I absolutely knew. So I ended up landing on graphic design. I was already familiar with Photoshop, Illustrator, and another handful of software. And I built up a pretty good client base, and I was able to pull in a nice steady flow of income. I won't say I enjoyed graphic design, but I will say it was a means to an end. And I made peace with it by basically saying it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it works for me right now. So I'll just do this for a little while, and then eventually I will get back to doing the art that I love most in the world. And before I knew it, it was 4.5 years later, and I was still doing graphic design. And my disdain for it had really increased throughout the years. And I decided it was time to make a change. I started trying to understand just why I wasn't doing the artwork that I love to do anymore. And ironically enough, I had the same excuses that I had 4.5 years ago when I first quit my job. YouTube is a waste of time. Sequential art is a waste of time. What you need to do is keep your head out of the clouds, stay grounded in reality, and just be happy with the way things are. But of course, I'm not happy. And so I decided to peel back a few more layers because I was dead intent on trying to figure out what the core root of my problem really was. And it seems like the deeper I decided to dig, the more I kept running into one simple, inescapable truth. I was afraid to fail. I was afraid of the disappointment and all the other negative emotions that would follow. I was afraid that all of the people in my life who ever doubted me would be around to inevitably tell me to my face, "I told you so." I think sometimes we block our own routes to success. We get so caught up in all the things that could go wrong, we never consider all the things that we can do right after learning where we went wrong. Or worse, we never take a chance at all, which makes us automatic failures. So, coming up toward the end of last year, I decided to make 2 major changes coming into this year so that I'm no longer being held hostage by fear. Change number 1, being more active on this YouTube channel for the rest of this year and foreseeable future, making sure that I'm uploading more videos on a consistent basis. I can't promise it'll always be high quality and super entertaining, but what I can say is I'll always make sure that you guys are getting some type of informative value out of it. And I'm sure you'll keep me in line in the comment sections to let me know what it is that you guys want to see in particular. Change number 2 is making some honest to God progress on this comic book of mine. I will say fear also played a factor in those chapters that I did put out a few years ago. They weren't the best. I was self-conscious at the time, so I took on the advice of others regarding some of my characters, story pacing, a few more other elements that I otherwise wouldn't have implemented. I won't get too into it. I definitely will in a later video for those of you who would like to know more about that. But for right now, those are just the clip notes. All in all, definitely look forward to more from me on this channel in the next few weeks to come. I want to keep this video short, so I'll basically start wrapping it up by thanking all of my subscribers. Thanks for sticking around in my long absence, and definitely shout out to all of my latest subscribers who, for whatever reason, decided to click that subscribe button even though I didn't have many videos. I'll see you in the next one. Keep drawing, keep practicing, keep getting better, and always keep putting art first.